Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Today is Friday, and you know what that means, Dorking with dice. That's right, we do it every Friday, unless something major comes up, which has happened a couple of times recently. So you got an episode on Monday, and you get one today, too, Dorking with dice in 1 week. Not too bad to have that happen, in my opinion anyway. I certainly enjoy it. I hope you do too. The way this works is I roll this big pink D20, and it corresponds to the 20 vintage packs in the Magic Box. We've got vintage baseball, football, and hockey this week because all three of those sports are in action. And in the number 1, 10, and 20 spots, we have some especially good packs, lots of good packs scattered throughout. As you can see in the number 17 spot, we've even got a cello pack here. Eagle-eyed viewers will note that, so maybe we'll hit that big cello pack. Preview the special packs. In the number 1 spot, we got 1983 Donruss. This is a great pack. Potential to hit 3 different Hall of Fame rookie cards out of that. Ryan Sandberg, Tony Gwynn, and Wade Boggs all have rookie cards in that set. In the number 10 spot, Donruss Priority Hockey, a pretty tough pack to find and pretty cool cards. I've opened that one before, and you guys responded very favorably to it. And in the number 20 spot, we've got action-packed 10th anniversary All-Madden Team Football. I have opened this pack on the channel quite a long time ago, but you guys really liked it a lot. Beautiful cards, beautiful embossed cards, lots of Hall of Famers in this All-Madden Team set. So some pretty neat stuff in there. See how we do today and start off with our first pack. Hope you guys are having a great Friday so far. Our first pack is number 5. As you can see, we'll count down to that 1, 2, 3, 4, and pack 5 is a football pack, continuing the football parade that we have had on Monday's edition of Dorking with Dice. I think we had 4 football packs come up, so I reloaded the box to fill those back in, and we have already hit one of them. It's 1991 Fleer Football, and you're looking for a Provisions All-Pro Limited Edition card possibility in here. Very nice cards. 1991 Fleer is pretty nice, so I'm happy to have rolled this pack. Let's see if we can get this one open and find out what awaits us. All right, here we go. Green bordered 1991 Fleer. Albert Bentley from the Colts starts us off there. Running back for them, Donald Evans. And Rob Burnett from the Browns. Shout out to Surf North, Bruce Reimers, and Simon Fletcher. We got Maurice Carthon, really good running back there. It looks like he's just folding his arms, but I think there's a football hidden in there. Maybe he's trying to disguise it from other players. James Brooks. It's a hitter's card of David Fulcher from the Bengals. I think he was a cornerback for them, if I'm remembering correctly, David Fulcher. This is not an insert, it's just a subset. Henry Ellard, who I believe is a Hall of Famer there for the Rams, really good wide receiver for them. Robert Brown, who's really stretching it out there. Robert Brown, that is quite an acrobatic stretch you got going on there, buddy. Vincent Brown, 2 Browns in a row. Broderick Thomas and Ernest Biner, kind of a, I don't know what orientation that card is supposed to be, actually. It's kind of a, almost looks like a puzzle piece card or something of Ernest Biner. We finish off with Jerry Ball, who is quite a load, as you can see there. Jerry Ball was a big fella, and I'm going to put on top here. I think I might put where's that card? Henry Ellard, who is probably the best card that I pulled out of that pack. We'll put the football cards over here, and we'll see if we can get better variety today. We got all those football packs on Monday. Hopefully today we'll roll more of an even distribution between football, baseball, and hockey. Let's see what our second pack is going to be on today's edition of Dorking with Dice. It is pack 18. All right, was hoping for 17, so I'm going to open this cello pack. You guys could see what that is, but instead it is 18 right behind that cello pack, and it is a hockey pack, so that's pretty cool. That's a good one, too. It's Pinnacle 94-95 hockey, and these are nice packs, I got to say. These are pretty good. This is Series 2. We're going to get 14 cards out of this pack, and there are several different insert sets that you can get out of here, and there's, I believe, an artist proof parallel set that you can get out of here as well. Rookies come out of here, and all kinds of good stuff. These are nice cards, as I said. Pinnacle 94-95 hockey is what we're going to get into here. And we start off with Billington. This is another one of those products where they only print the last name on the front of the cards, which I don't really approve of. I'm not sure why they do that. If you really knew hockey from 94 and 95, you might know all the names. And I watched a lot of hockey then, but I don't know all of the names, especially of teams I didn't follow, like this one, the Senators. That's Craig Billington, their goalie. Brown from the Panthers, did not follow them as well. This is, well, I can't even read that. I cannot tell what that even says. Maybe you guys can pick that up. That is very... is it Jocelyn Brown? I can't quite tell what that is. Poulin, that is Patrick Poulin from the Blackhawks. Is that Uwe Krupp? I believe it is Uwe Krupp. With the Nordiques back then, Brian Leach from Boston. And Robitaille, it is indeed Luc Robitaille from the Penguins. Riki, this is Joe Riki, and Russ Courtnall from the Canucks. Shout out to Rob at Bucks and Six, who is a big Canucks fan. We got Semenov, Anatol Semenov, and Hedican. This is Brett Hedican, another Canucks player there. We got Kudelski. I really don't remember that guy. Bob Kudelski. All right, if you say so. Also from the Panthers. Stefan Mathieu, a Frenchie, and Boger. This is Doug Boger. And we get a... cool insert here. It's Lee Sorchan. This is a World Junior insert there. It's out of focus, but there we have it. Pretty cool card there, and you see the back of that. Very nice. I'll leave that one on top. So no big players out of that hockey pack, but still nice to see those Pinnacle cards. Let's see if we can get a really good pack here. I want a 1, 10, or 20 on this big D20. See if we can get one. Almost had a 1 come up there, but instead we end up with 7. All right, we knew this was 5, so here is 6, and 7 is our first baseball pack. So we got hockey, football, and baseball. Much better assortment out of today's episode. This is British Topps Baseball, or American Baseball, as it says on the wrapper, which is kind of funny. You can see it's got the import sticker there, which has all the ingredients of the bubble gum and whatnot. I believe there is gum in here. I can't remember if they're wrapped or not, but we will find out as we get into this. It's got the ingredients on there, actually, so I don't know why they would have to add that sticker, but that's what they always did with this product back then. See how we do? Oh, wow, that gum is absolutely disgusting. It's sort of, I don't know if you can see that. It's sort of a gross yellow color. It clearly has some mold that has grown on there. That is a bad one. Wow, I wish the pack opening machine were here to see that, because he really revels in the unsightly gum whenever we pull it out of packs. All right, we start off with Benny Santiago, really good catcher for the Padres and some other teams back then. Oral Hershiser, really great pitcher. I thought Oral Hershiser was going to go in the Hall of Fame, honestly. Keith Hernandez, another player I thought would go in the Hall, did not. And Larry Parrish finishes off that very small pack of very small miniature cards from the UK. Hopefully we'll get another baseball pack so we can get a little more than just a few cards out of that. Let's see what our next pack is going to be. It is, oh man, it was very close to 10. Very close. But instead we end up with 16. We got 18, did not get 17. Now we got 16. That's an easy one to pull. Here's pack 16, and it is Donruss Studio. It is indeed another baseball pack, and one of my favorites to pull on Dorking with Dice, because I get to read the backs of the cards and find out very interesting things about the players pictured on them. This is 1993 Studio, and so I believe there is a Frank Thomas insert set, which would be pretty sweet to pull one of those. Those are very tough pulls out of this, but maybe we'll get one. All right, also play the game where I can try to guess who the player is by their signature, or just by their mug. I think this is Pat Borders, if I'm not mistaken. It is indeed the smiling face of Pat Borders on the back. His hobbies are hunting and fishing, and his favorite sports announcer is Ray Knight, the former MLB player, who I believe was married to Nancy Lopez, the golfer. All right, who do we have here? That's George Brett. Very clearly, that's George Brett, the Hall of Famer, so that's a very nice pull. George Brett also uncharacteristically jovial on the back of this card. His hobbies are golf and fishing, and his favorite sports announcer is Chris Berman. His favorite player as a kid was Yaz, and his pet peeve is cigarette smoke, which is also one of my pet peeves. I'll put that in the wolf lair. I don't think I have that card. It's a nice one. Who do we have here? Is this, who is that? Who is that? It is Chris Bosio, who is not someone I would have necessarily recognized. His favorite sports announcer is also Chris Berman. Very interesting. His favorite player as a kid was Rod Crew, and his pet peeve is people saying, I can't, which is a lame pet peeve. Who do we have here? This is, I don't know who that is. Is Dave Henderson, who played in the majors for a very long time and was a productive player, really good guy to have in the lineup, very reliable. His hobbies are billiards and hunting, so we got a lot of fishing and hunting hobbies here today. And he might have been anything he wanted to be if he hadn't been an athlete. That's also not a great answer to that question. True though it may be, I don't know about that one. Who is this? This is Joe. I can recognize the signature as Joe something, but it's Joe Oliver. Yeah, I would never have guessed that. Also, hunting and fishing listed as his favorite hobbies, and he might have been a coach if he hadn't been an athlete. This is Rob Deere, I believe, came up with the Brewers and then went over to the Tigers. Am I right? Yes, it is Rob Deere. His hobbies are also hunting and fishing and martial arts. Rob Deere into martial arts. Did not know that. And his favorite player as a kid was Joe Rudy, really good player for the A's, went to the World Series with them, played for the Angels as well and a couple other teams. Brady Anderson there, I recognize that one for sure, being an Orioles fan. Brady Anderson, his hobby is running track. Chris Berman, also his favorite announcer, and Yaz, also his favorite player as a kid. Very interesting. Of course, Brady Anderson was a center fielder, and Yaz was also an outfielder, so it all kind of comes together there. Do not recognize this player. Who is this? It's Steve Buechele, who also lasted in the majors a long time. That's a really unflattering picture of Steve Buechele, though, I just got to say. His favorite sports announcer was Dick Enberg, really good announcer, and his hobby is golf, which, you know, is indeed a hobby and not a sport, let's just be honest. Joe Carter, we get a nice insert here. It is a Superstars on Canvas card of Joe Carter, and I think what they did was take a photo of Joe Carter and then run it through the Canvas filter on Photoshop, and that's how we wind up with this baseball card of Joe Carter. That's not really a lot of effort made there. I'm not going to guess on that one. I don't think I know. Howard Johnson, the very good third baseman. Howard Johnson was a player that I believe I used in my wax pack throwdown with Brent yesterday. If you didn't see that episode, you should check it out. It was a whole lot of fun. Jimi Hendrix ended up being my center fielder, so if that intrigues you and you haven't seen that episode, you should really check it out. Howard Johnson's hobby was not hoteliering. His hobby was golf, and his favorite sports announcer was Harry Callis. Very interesting, and he wanted to be an astronaut. Got a nice Frank Thomas card. That's not one of the insert cards, but it is a very nice Frank Thomas card. Frank Thomas looking very thoughtful there. His favorite player as a kid was Dave Winfield, which is awesome. Dave Winfield was a great athlete. His pet peeve is pitchers throwing at batters. Well, that's a pet peeve that I would certainly have if I were in the majors as well. Delano DeShields here, no question about that. And we don't get much about him, just that his hobbies are music and photography. All right. Always love those packs. You learn a lot about the players on them. That's 4 packs. Let's roll another one for sure today. See if we can get a football or a hockey pack to balance out those 2 baseball packs we've gotten. We roll number 8, so I will start from 10 and count backwards. Where's the 10 pack? Here it is. 10, 9, and 8 is a football pack, so that's great. We got 2 baseball, 2 football. This is 1992 Fleer, and you could collect some hot Mark Rippon inserts out of this. I am being sarcastic, though I think Mark Rippon's son is a backup quarterback on some team right now. I don't know which one. This is a really tightly sealed, well-sealed cello pack here. This is a tough one to get any kind of purchase on to get this thing open. Man, really sealed the heck out of this back in 1992. And I just tear this one to pieces to get it off of here. I feel like Wolverine digging into some kind of forbidden thing you shouldn't be getting into. Really got to pull on these. All right, there we go. Finally got into there. Really hope we get a Mark Rippon insert after all that effort. We got Rick Bryan starting things off here for the Falcons. Nice cards. Always liked these cards. Good design on these. Prospects card of Joe Bowden with amazing shoulder pads there. He looks like the hunchback of Kansas City in that. Art Monk, the Hall of Famer, beautiful Art Monk card. That's a really nice Redskins checklist card. Or no, it's not a checklist card. I guess this is ageless. Not sure what this was about, but that's a beautiful Art Monk card. I'm going to hang on to that. Mo Lewis and Lorenzo White running for the Oilers. Ron Stark, good punter for Colts back then. Ron Hall, 2 Rons in a row. Joe Elliott and Johnny Holland. We got Eric Green for the Steelers. Henry Rawling, not Henry Rollins, different guy altogether. Henry Rawling and Jim Dombrowski for the Saints. Ray Crockett, good cornerback for the Lions. Broderick Thomas. I think we got a Broderick Thomas in the previous pack. I am very curious to see if we got duplicate players. I'm going to have to check that. Michael Carter there. And Henry Galbraith. Mark Jackson, who has clearly just scored a touchdown versus the Chiefs there. Mark Jackson hoisting the ball with great elan. I want to see if we've got Broderick Thomas in this pack. I must know because I want to test my memory. There he is. 2 Broderick Thomases out of 2 packs. I don't know why that happens so much. It doesn't seem like you would get that. I mean, these were big sets, like 600 card sets, and we're only looking at like 14, 15 cards out of these packs. I don't know what the odds are because I'm not good at math. If you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you know that. But do we do a 6 and see if we can get another hockey pack? I think we should. Let's see if we can make it an even 2 for each sport and get a hockey pack. Maybe we'll roll the 10 and get the priority hockey pack. That'd be pretty sweet. What did we get here? We got 15. All right. Well, we got 18 and 16 on both sides of this cello pack, so I know this is 15. What is it? It is indeed hockey. How about that? That worked out really well. We got a Parkhurst hockey pack today. If it would come into focus for us, that would be pretty sweet. There it is. 93-94 Parkhurst Series 1. And we're looking for Emerald Ice and Parky reprint inserts out of these. Emerald Ice, I think you get one in every pack, so we should get one of those if I'm remembering correctly. So let's get into this. This is another one of those packs that you could, it's a very thick foil. You could easily bake a potato in this pack. And one of these days, I know I say it a lot, but one of these days I will do that. The inside of this pack feels pre-buttered too. It's very, very slick. It's not oily exactly, but it's much slicker than the outside. So I really wouldn't have to do anything. Just slice up some potatoes and pop them in there. It's pre-buttered, so I'm all ready. We got Cam Neely starting this off. Very good player back in the day for Boston. Cam Neely, get these in focus for you. There we are. And I'll show you the backs because the photo on the back is different than the photo on the front, which I always very much appreciate. Todd Elk here for the Oilers, and these are going to be upside down and backwards like Upper Deck cards, which I don't appreciate. The very good goalie Mike Richter there for the Rangers. Is Richter in the Hall of Fame? I do not know. Probably should be. Oh, man. Duplicate Mike Richters. That has been happening a lot on this channel. If you watch the pack throwdown yesterday, you saw me pull duplicate players from a Donruss pack, and that was not helpful to my efforts to try to defeat Brent, I'll tell you that. Sensational Sophomores. Sensational Sophomores. It's Lindros, so that's a pretty sweet card there. I like that one. Not a rookie, but still really nice card to have pulled. You can see that one there, and put that in the wolf there, no question. Doug Waite here with the Oilers as well. And then we got Kent Manderville. Why these aren't Upper Deck cards, but they sure come off like it. Teppo Numenin from the Jets there, and Dan Kesmer. We got, still haven't gotten our Emerald Ice. I thought you got one in every pack, but maybe not. Rob Blake, longtime NHLer there, and Christian Rutu. Get that Emerald Ice card. Kevin Miller. We'll flip this whole thing over. We do have an Emerald Ice card. There it is. You can see the Emerald Parkhurst symbol peeking out there, so you know we got one. It is not Stephen King, the horror writer, which would be appropriate for this time of year, given Halloween is just a week away. It is Stephen King, the Mighty Ducks hockey player, is what we have there. And we finish off with our Emerald Ice card. It's Norm MacIver, not MacGyver, who actually can build just about anything out of anything, but Norm MacGyver from the Senators there, finishing that pack off with our Emerald Ice card. So we did get a nice Lindros out of there. I think we did okay as far as PC cards today. The Lindros is certainly nice. Got a nice Art Monk card that I just like the looks of. And Brett and Frank Thomas, two very nice Hall of Famers out of that 93 studio pack. Let me know what you think of these in the comments below and give the video a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. It certainly helps the channel and I appreciate it a lot. Hope you guys have great weekend plans, whatever they may be. I hope they are enjoyable to you. Weather's getting cold, so make sure that you winterize in whatever way you need to do that to your house. We just had our sprinkler hoses all blown out today and all the water outside turned off for the winter, and it's one thing off the list, and I'll probably do a couple other things to help winterize over the weekend. So enjoy yourselves. I'll see you back here on Monday, and as always, happy collecting.